Shubham Jadhav. Are you there, Shubham?
Hello.
Hmm.
Yes.
What is your specialist?
Finance.
Acha.
Finance.
Hmm. Acha. Before we start, can anybody tell me what did we discuss in the last session? Is the PPT visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Can you remember what did we discuss in the last session? Anybody? Yogesh, Onkar, Saurabh, Abhishek, Harish, Simran, Sneha.
So this is my first picture.
Acha. Yogesh, you were there, I think, in the last session, Yogesh. Hmm. Komal is there? Komal, Nikita,
Yes, sir.
what did we discuss in the last session? What do you remember?
No, sir. Don't have any.
Only strategy is bigger than planning. That we remember, isn't it? Nikita, Nikita,
Yes, sir.
strategy is bigger than planning, isn't it? That you remember. Nahi. Huh? Is the PPT visible to you all?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So, in the last session, we started with this unit, Introduction to Strategic Management. And we discussed that in this unit, Strategic Management, we are going to learn various basic terms, basic concepts, which will be helpful for us to understand strategic management. So, in that, we started understanding the various terms, various definitions which are related to strategy. In that, we discussed we what is a strategy, why strategy is required, the difference between planning and strategy that we discussed. We took some examples from business, that what is a strategy and what is called as a tactic. Then why the strategy is required in today's scenario, that also we have discussed, and few definitions of strategy and strategic management that we discussed. These are few important definitions wherein we discussed that strategy is unifying theme, which is a unifying theme, that is a common theme, common thread um, that runs throughout the entire organization, the unifying theme that gives coherence or the purpose and direction to the decisions of an any organization. And at the same time, what is the strategic management that we have discussed, that strategic management is analysis, this all the decisions as well as all the different actions that an organization undertakes in order to create and sustain the competitive advantage. We discussed in detail what is a competitive advantage, and to gain that type of competitive advantage, your strategy can help you, and all those activities related to analysis, making the decisions, and different actions therein to create and sustain this competitive advantage can be called as strategic management. That much we discussed. Then there were few more definitions, and more importantly, we discussed one of the models, which is called as the Henry Mintzberg's model of strategy development, which he has formulated in 1985, which gives some terms like intended strategy, emergent strategy, and realized strategy that he discussed through this model. We'll just see the diagrammatic representation of this model. Those actually who have not attended earlier session, so for them to understand, just we'll have a brief discussion of this model, in which he has explained this concept of intended strategy, realized strategy, and emergent strategy. What Mintzberg wants to say through this model is there whenever we are planning any strategy, we are formulating some strategy, then uh, those strategies which are initially formulated, we call it as an intended strategy. So that strategies, sometimes if we are able to successfully implement as it is, we can call it as a deliberate strategy. Sometimes those strategies are dropped because of some or other reason, then that strategy can be called as an unrealized strategy. And during the implementation of this any strategy, if some strategy emerges due to the requirement of the situation, we can call it as a emergent strategy. So it is like if we are formatting some strategy and we are implementing that strategy in an organization, sometimes the strategy when we are implementing it may or may not be implemented as it is. Many obstacles, many situations, many different factors which are internally as well as externally affecting, that may make the manager to change, modify, or revise the strategy, and some other strategy may be implemented in place of the original strategy. So that strategy we are calling it as a emergent strategy. And this Mintzberg wants to say that this realized strategy, that realized strategy means the finally implemented strategy, which is called as a realized strategy, is a product of all these strategies: intended strategy, unrealized strategy, deliberate strategy, and emergent strategy. So that is a simple model of Mintzberg's. Is this model understood to everyone? Simran, are you able to understand this model?
Yes, sir.
So we will go ahead. We discussed this terms in detail: the intended strategy, what it is called, deliberate strategy, emergent strategy, and realized strategy. These definitions we saw. These are few examples also we have discussed in the class. Then today we'll go ahead and discuss while we are formatting any strategy, we'll have to understand and ask few questions to ourselves for proper formulation of any strategy. So these three questions which are important in formulation of any strategy. First is, where are we now? What is our situation? That is the first question. Second is, where do we want to go? And third is, how we will get there. So whenever we have some goal and we are formulating any strategy, we'll have to understand these things first of all, and then we can formulate a proper strategy. And for that, the answers to these basic questions need to be very clear to the strategy formulators. First of all, where are we now? What is our current situation? What are our strengths, weaknesses? What are different opportunities and what threats we have? All that situation analysis need to be done. Then we can understand what is our goal and what are all the different things which will have to be done so as to get there, so as to reach our goal. So second question, where do we want to go? What is actual our goal? What we want to um, mm, do for the organization? How we want to see our organization after a considerable period of time? What we want to do with our brands after a period of time? So that means where do we want to go? Whatever businesses we want to be in and different market positions we want to obtain. Which do we want to enter into some market, or do we want to achieve some market position, or different buyer needs and groups we want to serve? The goal or the place we where we want to reach, that may be different for different companies or different managers. So there may be goal like reaching new markets, achieving some market position, serving different buyer groups, or different outcomes that we want to achieve. Those outcomes may be in terms of profitability, market share, anything. And the third important question which comes is how we will get there. How we will get there? What are the different resources we have? How what are all the mechanisms we require to get there? What actions, activities need to be done for them? What will be the different budgets, resources allocation, all that? How we will go there or how we will get there? That is also important question. So if we have answers to all these three questions, then probably we are able to formulate a good strategy. Then we'll have to understand the another concept, that is a strategic business unit, which is in short is it is called as SBU. So this SBU, can anybody tell me what is SBU? Have you heard of this term somewhere? Anybody? What is a strategic business unit? Yogesh? Amol? Rutuja? Mangesh?
Sorry, sir, I don't know.
Acha. So this term, that is a,
Hello.
Jayant, you wanted to say something?
Sir, SBO is a fully functional unit of business that has its own vision and direction.
Very right. It is there given in the slide, so you can just read and tell me the answer, isn't it? It is that simple. So it is there on the slide. The question I'm asking you, what can be called as a strategic business unit? The answer is given in this slide, and Jayant has rightly told the meaning of strategic business unit. So this word strategic business unit we will be using many times during this course, strategic management. You might have seen the various companies like Hindustan Lever we have, which are into different divisions or different types of products or different range of products in home and personal care, food category. Also, there may be another group, Pinolex group, which is into different product lines like telecommunication, petrochemicals, irrigation, and education. So there may be different divisions or different lines of product a company may be into. So various multinational companies, you will see they have different range of products, different divisions which are taking care of different range of products. So there is one philosopher, Sharplin, who says that any part of business organization which is treated separately for strategic management purpose. So for strategic management purpose, for our convenience or for the better management of a particular unit or particular part of any business, if we are treating any part of an organization, we call it as a strategic business unit. So this strategic business unit, which is called as SBU, is a fully functional unit of a business that has his own vision and direction. So it is a separate division and it is treated as a separate business, separate unit of business. However, it remains the part of the original or the main company. So it is a fully functional unit of business that is it has its own vision, direction. Typically, a business unit operates as a separate unit, but it is also an important part of the company. It reports to the headquarters about its operational status. So even if it is a separate unit, so that separate unit we are considering only for functional purpose, for proper functioning and strategic management purpose. We are treating a part of a business or a product line as a separate division or a strategic business unit. However, it remains the important part of the company. It is not isolated, it is not separate from the company, and they will have to report to the headquarters about its operational status. They will have to report and they are linked to the headquarters of the company. Are you getting it now? Very simple concept. Rutuja, is it clear now?
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Any query? Who
No,
is there?
sir.
Uh-huh. So, have you understood what is a strategic business unit? Harish? Any queries so far? Rutuja, have you understood? Suraj?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, shall we move ahead?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
This diagram is
Yes, sir.
visible.
Yes, sir.
So, this diagram will be able to tell you what are the different levels of the strategy. We'll be discussing now the levels of the strategy. We have now aware, we have become aware of different definitions of strategy, what it is called as a strategy, different definitions and basic concepts we have learned. Now we are moving ahead to learn about different levels of strategy. What are the different levels at which the strategy is operated? These different levels of strategy, maybe there are 4 levels: the corporate level, the business level strategy, then functional strategy, and then the operational level strategy. So you will be able to see the hierarchy. At the top level, there will be the corporate strategies which are being formulated. Then at the strategic business unit level, we have business strategy. Then at the functional level, we have functional strategy. And at the bottom, wherein the actual implementation of the strategy is being expected, that we call it as a operational strategy. So we'll go through these levels in detail about what is corporate strategy, business strategy, functional strategy, and operational strategy. The first strategy which we'll be talking about is corporate strategy. So corporate strategy, which is being formulated at the corporate office or the by the top management. So that gives the direction, a guideline to the entire organization, and on the basis of that, all the different strategies, that is strategic business unit level strategy, functional strategy, and then operational strategy, they will formulate their own strategies at their own place, at their levels. So this corporate strategy defines the markets and businesses in which a company will operate. So that is a broad guideline and direction that the top management gives to the entire organization. What will be the which markets and which businesses we will operate. So market means the different consumer groups, the different geographical areas, the different types of consumers which we want to serve, and different businesses or product lines in which we will serve the markets. All that is defined at the top level. So this corporate strategy is formed at the top level, as we discussed, by the top management of a diversified company. Diversified company means the company which has entered into different product lines. Like we have discussed the example of Hindustan Lever or Phenolics groups. There may be many examples like those companies who have diversified into different product lines. So this corporate strategy is formed at the top by the top management. So this corporate strategy will define long-term objectives and generally affect the business unit under its umbrella. So the corporate strategy which is being formulated at the top by the top management, it defines the long-term objectives for the company, what the company wants to do, or company or the organization where it wants to go. That will be some type of a long-term objective which will be set at the top, that will give direction to the entire organization, all the different business units or the functions which are operated in that particular organization. The corporate strategy, for example, of Procter & Gamble may be acquiring the major tissue paper companies in Canada to become the unquestionable market leader. This is one example of corporate strategy, how the top management can formulate a strategy, what type of strategy can be formulated. This is one example. P&G company, they wants to acquire major tissue paper companies in Canada to become unquestionable market leader. So acquiring these major tissue paper companies in Canada, that may be the strategic goal or strategy, corporate strategy of particular company. So that is a corporate strategy which is formulated at the top and gives direction to the entire organization. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Then we have business unit level strategy. Business unit level strategy is typically formulated on the basis of the corporate strategy. This business unit level strategy, which is formulated by senior managers of that particular unit. So for a particular business division, that strategy which is formulated at that particular division or that particular business unit, strategic business unit, which we just now discussed the definition of strategic business unit. So at the strategic business unit or that particular division, the senior managers of that particular unit will formulate this type of business unit level strategy on the basis of the corporate strategy. This strategy will emphasize the strengthening of company's competitive position of products or services, whatever range of products that particular strategic business is dealing with. So strengthening of company's position for that particular products or services into the market, that will be the particular focus of the business level strategy. Business level strategies are composed of competitive and cooperative strategies. So in business unit level strategies, there will be two different types of strategies. One may be which is called as a competitive strategy, and another is cooperative strategy. Competitive strategy will help you to determine or to decide how we can become competitive or how we can establish our superiority of our products and services into the market. And that cooperative strategy will help the strategist to have a alliance or type of a joint type of activity with some other company or some other competitor in the market, so as to achieve the common goals. So there may be different types of business level strategies which the senior managers of that particular unit will decide or will formulate, and these will be of two types, that is competitive strategy and cooperative strategy. We have taken one of the example of ICICI Bank, which is India's largest private sector bank, and Vodafone India, one of the India's largest telecom service providers, entered into a strategic alliance in a joint activity, and they launched. This is some example some years back. They entered into some of the strategic alliance to launch unique mobile money transfer and payment service, which is called as M-Pesa. So that may be type of a cooperative type of strategy, wherein these two companies, ICICI Bank and Vodafone India, they have come together for achieving some type of a common goal. And the another type of strategy which is called as a competitive strategy, that aims into gaining a competitive advantage in the marketplace against competitors. The competitive strategy will particularly help the strategist to formulate a strategy which can differentiate its company or the products or services of its company than the competitors and establish some type of a competitive advantage in the marketplace so as to survive and grow. So that is a competitive type of a strategy. The competitive strategies may be of different types, like there may be a differentiation strategy. The differentiation strategy will focus on creating some type of differentiation in our products and services than other competitor products and services into the market. That may be some type of a differentiation strategy, in that there may be different types of differentiation strategies, how we can differentiate our products than the competitors. Then there may be low cost strategy, having some products and services at a very low cost than the competitors. That may be another strategy. And focus or market niche strategy, that may be another type of strategy which can be a competitive strategy, focusing on a particular market niche. That can be competitive strategy. Do you know what this niche strategy is? Have you heard of this term niche strategy in basics of marketing or any other subject earlier?
No, sir.
No? This niche strategy actually we have discussed in basics of marketing earlier in semester 1. You might have forgotten that this niche strategy, that what is this niche? This word NICHE, what this niche means. Can anybody tell me this meaning of this word niche, NICHE? I have highlighted this word. Harish, Chaitali. Suraj.
Comfortable.
Nahi.
Comfortable, sir.
Comfortable. Nahi, what you were saying, I could not listen properly. Is it comfortable or compatible? What do you want to say? Pallavi?
Specialized strategy.
Specialized? Nahi, I could not listen. Can you a little bit loud?
Yes, sir. Specialized strategy.
Which one?
Specialized segment
Specialized.
of- yeah.
See, niche means some particular group of customers or some market, some type of market which you will have to identify, which is untapped, wherein competitors have not entered. Identifying that type of market or market segment, that particular market segment which is untapped or wherein there is very less competition or which is not been touched by any of the companies, that type of market segment or type of which we can say group of customers, we can call it as a niche market, and having some type of products or service which can satisfy those type of untapped needs and wants of those type of people in that particular market can be called as niche strategy. Getting it? Some type of market which is not touched by the competitors or wherein there is a very less competition. Identifying that type of market can be called as a niche market, isn't it? Are you getting it, or you want me to explain it a little bit more? Niche markets.
No, sir. Got it.
No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. Yes, sir.
So the niche markets means all those markets we'll have to identify. If you want to start any business wherein you want to differentiate yourself, wherein there is no competition or there is no competitor or there are no people or no company which has touched that type of customer needs, identifying that type of market, that market can be called as a niche markets. So these are small segments which we will have to identify and then we'll have to serve. Maybe for example, there are different shoes manufacturing company. If a company wants to launch a shoes manufacturing company, and if they see that there is a lot of competition in that particular shoes manufacturing company, they may identify some type of market which is not being touched or there is very less competition in that particular segment. That market, for example, that company may go for some market in that particular shoes manufacturing market, wherein there are very less companies in manufacturing of skating shoes, the skaters shoes, that type of special or sports shoes. There may be some shoes which is manufactured for particular sports, maybe cricket. There may be very less companies manufacturing that type of a product. So identifying a particular niche in a particular segment, that type of market we can call it as a niche market. So this, as we discussed, the business level strategies or the strategies which are formulated at the business unit level, the division of a company, therein the senior managers of that company will formulate this type of strategic business unit level strategies. And then there will be two types of strategies. One can be called as a cooperative strategy, wherein the particular company may have tie up with another company in cooperation for achieving some common goal. And there can be competitive strategy, which will focus on getting some competitive position into the market. All those competitive strategies may be like differentiation strategy, low cost strategy, focus strategy, or market niche strategy. So that is called as a business unit level strategy, which is formatting at the particular business unit. Then third type of a strategy or the level, third level is a functional level. Can anybody tell me what are the different functions in an organization? Before we discuss this, can anybody tell what are the different functions within an organization? Sagar, Shubham.
Function.
Sir, staffing, organizing.
Any other? Jayant?
Planning.
Directing.
Planning.
No, I am not asking functions of a management.
Simran.
I am asking the different functions of an organization. Different functions within an organization. Pallavi, different functions in an organization. Harish, anybody? Yogesh? Datta? Very right, very right. Correct. So
Production.
correct. So now you have understood the different functions in an organization. That is the different departments which are there in an organization. So at all those department level, we have to formulate particular strategy, how we will have to operate that particular department. So all those department level or divisional or that particular function level strategies, we can call it as a functional strategy. So there may be different functions in an organization like marketing, finance, purchase, human resource, then market research. All those may be different functions within an organization, and each function which is operating wherein there is a separate hierarchy of people who are working for that particular department. So at that level of particular department, they will have to have a particular strategy to be formulated by this head of those particular function, and this strategy will again be in line with the strategic business unit level strategy. So each strategy will be dependent on the Another strategy as per the hierarchy, as we discussed, this corporate on the basis of this corporate strategy, your business strategy will be formulated, and the functional strategy which we are discussing right now, that is again will be based on the business unit level strategy. Each function or each department will have their separate strategy to be formulated, which is on the basis of business unit level strategy. This functional level strategy will not be independent or in isolation, but they will have to be based on the business unit level strategies. Getting it?
Yes, sir.
So, for example, we have a production department in a manufacturing company that may develop a production strategy as the departmental strategy on, or the training department formulates training strategy for providing training to the employees. So different departments or different functions may have their own strategies for their functioning of their particular department. So production department will have their production strategy related to how much to be manufactured and what should be the productivity and everything. At the same time, there may be another department like human resource management, HR department, wherein there may be some strategy at the functional level that may be related to training strategy it may have, that will provide the training to the employees. Each business unit or company has its own set of departments, and every department has functional strategy. Functional strategies are adopted to support the competitive strategy. So all these functional strategies which we are talking about, and all these departmental strategies which will support the competitive strategy which is being formatted at the strategic business unit. So that is the functional level strategy. Basically, that is the departmental level or functional level strategy, which is called as a functional strategy. Getting it? Then we have another strategy, a level of strategy, which is called as an operating strategy. As we discussed this diagram, in this diagram you will see that this operational strategy at the bottom. This operational strategy will be formulated within each department at the operational level, where the strategies will be actually implemented, how to operate or how to implement that particular strategies or all the different activities that will be defined by the operational strategies. What operations or activities need to be performed, that the managers within that function or that particular department will define for the people who are working at the operating level. In a marketing department, if you see the sales person or sales officer, which is actually going to the clients and selling the products, that can be called as a operational person, which is actually implementing the strategy or actually doing the activities. So what he needs to do in the market or with the client, so as to achieve his particular um, objective or particular goal, that may be defined by the operational strategy. So this operating strategy, as we are discussing, is formulated at the operating unit of an organization. So what are operating unit within the function? So a company may develop operating strategy as an instance for its factory, sales territory, or small sections within a department. Usually the operating managers or field level managers, they develop an operating strategy to achieve immediate objectives. In different large organizations, the operating managers will normally take assistance from mid-level managers while developing the operating strategies. In some companies, managers will develop an operating strategy for each set of annual objectives in the department or divisions. So these operating level strategies, as we are discussing, will be formulated by different managers who are actually guiding the operating people or operational employees who are actually implementing the different activities or doing the actions which are desired for achieving the different objectives or goals of the company, particular company. So that is the hierarchy of strategy or different levels of strategy we have discussed today in this session. That is the corporate level strategies, business level strategy, the functional strategy, and operational level strategies. These are four important levels of strategy through which the strategy will run throughout that organization. So basically, when that strategy is formatted at the top, that will be the typical, or we can say a common type of strategy, which is a guideline or direction for the entire organization. And on the basis of that particular corporate strategy, we formulate different other strategies as per the hierarchy on for the particular business unit level. We have different strategies which are formulated at the functional level on the basis of the business level. And then there will be actual operational level strategies which will be formulated on the basis of those functional level strategies, which are actually being implemented so as to achieve the corporate level objectives or the goals. Are you getting it till now? So, have you understood what we have discussed till now? Any query about this?
No, sir. No, sir.
Okay. So, give me some time so that I can download the attendance.
सर मी पण आहे बघा.
No, actually I'm downloading, so everyone will come there in the downloaded attendance Excel sheet.
चालते सर चालते.
So before we close, let me ask you people whether you have understood whatever we have discussed today. Are we going with a proper speed, or you want me to go a little bit slow? Pallavi, Suraj,
No, sir.
okay. If you do not have any queries, then what we'll do is we'll stop here for today and we'll meet in the next session tomorrow. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, sir. Bye, bye, sir.